there, Internet. Hi, it's been a long time. I know I haven't on live in a while, but I figured I would sort of break my silence because I want to have a very important, can't be really a dialogue yet, but monologue with y'all about the number one thing that I see impacting super small businesses right now during this time of crazy plague. And I wanted to check in on y'all, but I also wanted to see if I in giving you some workarounds, some reframes, some new ideas. Hey, Carrie, my love, about how we are all as a small business community going to get through this. I'm specifically talking to you empaths out there, you do-gooders, you service providers. You are the ones getting the most separated from your clients right now, especially those of you in service industries. I want to talk to you about making sure that you're not shying away from sales in this moment, because there is a way to sell that isn't disgusting or lecherous or abusive, and it's not like the needs are going away, right? None of us are selling vanity products. Okay, we're not selling the latest toy, the this, the that. Most of us are selling services. Most of us are selling some kind of support, and that's only going to become more and more valuable as time goes on. So, yeah. And if you're here and you're watching live, I know I'm not my normal perky self, but I would love to hear from you. And let me know what we can be doing to promote your business. No shame in this game, okay? So, right off the bat, selling during this time is going to be a dance between generosity and boundaries. Did you hear me on that one, empaths? This is going to be a dance between generosity and your own boundaries. In my own business, I've put a lot of my programs and services on pay what you can. I can't do that with every service. I can't do that with consulting. I would die. Not only would I not be able to keep my own lights on, how would I prioritize one client over another's needs? How would I set a timeline? It would just be a disaster. That would be what it looks like if I were over generous in this time, right? But I can still be more generous in this time, which is why I've gone to pay what you can. I'm not comping everything. I'm not comping consulting at all. That rate is that rate is that rate, and I know it's expensive. I'm always telling people that it's expensive to have a consultant in your life. Now is no different, but what I can do is I can look at different ways to serve. So as you're looking at the people in your life who need you, that's my first question for you is, how can I show up in as generous a way as possible? Well, one of those things is stay in the heck home, y'all. Social distancing. If you can social distance, please take that advantage. There's a lot of things that you can actually do digitally. I know a lot of you don't have that option at this point, and I salute you, and I'm sending you all my Lysol vibes, okay? But leaving your house when you don't have to is being generous at a violation of your own boundary. Extending your work hours into weekends and evenings could maybe be something that works for you, as people's schedules are different. It could also be a violation of your boundary. Things shift all the time. It varies from person and based on the service that you provide. But that's what I see so much. People say, I still just want to help. I just want to help. Use business because you wanted to help. That feeling's only going to get more and more and more. But you're a business too, and you are a person too, and you have needs. So what I encourage you to do first and foremost is seek out the win-win. If you're having trouble figuring out how to do that, this door is literally open, meaning I will help you find a win-win that you can offer right now. But what I want you to be thinking about offering, in software we called it the MVP, the minimum viable product. What can we create that shows proof of concept? I want you thinking about the MTI. What do you have that you can offer that has the maximum tangible impact while being incredibly small and hands off? You might need to dig something up that you've sunset from before. Maybe it's a program you're not currently selling. Maybe it's a call you used to do or a service. Maybe it's a lesson that has nothing to do with your normal one, like your number one job. Maybe you should be teaching piano lessons right now. Who knows? But minimum viable impact, regardless of size and regardless of budget. So that's the first one. Generosity plus boundaries. Right now, I think, again, this is my experience as a sales trainer and as a small business, I don't love the idea of outbound sales right now, meaning the spray and pray. I'm just going to tell every single person, every single thing that I am doing. Shout, shout. We don't need that. The good thing is we're all a little bit more tethered to our computers than normal. The bad thing is if you shout at me about sales, I'm going to get real turned off real quick. So what I want to encourage you to do specifically in your sales conversation is move as much away from outbound marketing as you can and toward relationship and permission-based sales. You know your people that you already serve. What do they need right now? What do they need that they didn't need a week from now or a week ago? What will they need when we're 4 weeks into this possibly 8-week quarantine? Those are things that you can go to, people that already know you, people that already want to support you, and say, hey, during these circumstances, based on everything that's going on, I think the best thing I can offer you is this. How does that land? Do you need something like that? Do you know someone who needs something like that? Because referrals are permission-based too. And the other is, how can you go a level deeper for your current clients? How can you reconnect with your past clients? And how can you pave the way for the future for when we get out of this mess for your warm leads? That's as far into outbound as I would go. For the love of God and all that is antibacterial, please do not rely on any gimmicks right now. Gimmicks like unnecessary scarcity, unnecessary urgency, that's only going to make people feel more isolated. Now is the time to build community with your sales. If you're not offering some kind of community, maybe you could be. I'm not saying rush to launch some brand new thing in the middle of all of this. I'm launching right now, and it's a complete pain in the ass. But needs have changed. Follow the permission and use the knowledge of the relationship that you have to sell something valuable. And the next is, I want you to shift individual marketing toward more of a village-based marketing. We are all in this crappy boat together, y'all. All of us paddling together in this crappy little boat. We all have networks, we all have clients, and we all have needs. Now is a great time to come together and give everyone around you a leg up on your platform and a way to do the same for you. I don't want to see a whole lot of I right now. I feel enough I want to see more we in this world. And your marketing and your social content can be doing just that. It's an amazing time for collaborations. It's an amazing time for partnerships. Maybe that's another way that you can seek out that win-win, is go out and elevate others that also solve needs that your people have. Women Belong, which is my wonderful networking mastermind that I met with this morning, we call them Power Partners. So shout out to Women Belong. But Power Partners, who are the people that are also on the front line of this fight, working with you to make things better for others. Now is the time to band together. Now is the time to find that commonality. I made up a word. Commonality over competition. Now more than ever. The next one is, do not add to the fear and stress going on out there. Do not add to fear. Also, do not ignore the problems people are facing. If you Pollyanna me right now and you tell me everything is going to be fine, I ain't buying nothing from you because you're delusional. Okay? As big as you think this might be, as small as you think this might be, if you paint me the sunniest picture imaginable right now, I'm not going to buy it. But also, if you're on the hype and the hysteria and the paranoia and the fear and the very real fact that people are dying out there, and we can't see our family members or travel or go to our favorite restaurant, if you get me up in this really frantic place and you get me to buy something, I'm buying under duress. I'm buying out of fear. And no long-term client relationship that's worth salt is based on fear. So what I want to encourage you all to do, I don't know what this gesture is, but it's the gesture of the day, is be abundantly honest about what you're facing, about what they're facing, and about the value you provide. Not the value you want to provide, not the value you hope to provide in 2 years, not the value you provide, once in a blue moon on your very best day to your very best client. I'm talking about across the board what you bring to the table. But that has to be anchored in reality. Not the scary end of reality, not the sweetest, most version of reality. Just be real. What are you actually selling? It's the core of non-sleazy sales. It's the core of what I teach. If you're teaching hope, if you're teaching compassion, if you're teaching or selling, camaraderie, new perspectives, new opportunities, any of those things, like I said before at the very beginning, those things are still valuable, if not more valuable. But don't paint me a pretty picture like a business is thriving, because it's not. And also at the same point, don't tell me that I have to buy consulting, or my aging 75-year-old father who's had cancer 3 times will get somehow impacted if I don't buy your coaching program. Okay? You got to be realistic about the value and realistic about the topics of that value. I'm going to take a little bit. It's a tough time for empaths, everybody. I can feel all the energy coming off you right now. Are blowing me up with quotes, and I'm so loving it. Okay, so the next one is, let's do our avatar work. Woohoo, fun, talking about avatar, but let's do our avatar and ideal client work through the lens of what people need right now. For example, this video, inspired by my mastermind and also our beautiful coach, Jen, is an answer from my brain to what we need right now. Because everybody, including me, full disclosure, is going, I don't want to sell right now. This is so annoying. I don't want to sell. I don't want to come off like that guy who went all over the universe and bought up all the hand sanitizer and is stocking it in his garage. I don't want to look like the guy who's selling toilet paper for $1,000 a roll. You're not. Those people are taking advantage of the situation. Don't do that. Instead, look at the situation with fresh eyes. If your people are stuck, they're not used to being stuck at home, how can you provide companionship to them? If your people are stuck at home, I'll tell you one thing right now, coaches and healers, they have a whole lot more introspection time than normal. And if they cohabitate with a partner, kids, or roommates, they're also having a lot more close proximity people time right now. What kind of thinking is that going to inspire? What kind of behavior is that going to trigger? How can you be part of that? Right? How can you solve that issue? What has the quarantine changed in their lives? What perspective is going to shift? Right? And also looking at one of my friends today in my mastermind was talking about the fact that she might have to cancel her wedding, which is a month out. We're still thinking a month out. Oh, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Maybe it won't. So maybe if you're in the wedding industry, or you're a really great coach who teaches self-love and compassion during stressful times, you can help a would-be bridezilla stay out of being a bridezilla by helping her see how she can still celebrate her wedding in the time of a plague. What does that look like? I don't know. That's not my industry. If it's your industry, have that. I'll give you her number. I'll give it to you right now. Right? So, the next one, I got a level, and it's contentious, and I don't mean any harm to people that are doing this right now. I really, 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 really don't. But I've started seeing a lot of people in the coaching industry say, launch a side hustle. It's never been better. Oh my God. And I understand that gig workers and people that need to find additional sources of revenue, that this is a really scary time. However, I don't want to see any sample sessions on helping people start new businesses right now, because holy crap, that would be the most stressful thing I could possibly advise you to do, is start something new. Purely new. And this is from me. My big baby that I have been working on for 6.5 months is turning 0, meaning it's starting on Monday. If I could predict this, I would not be launching right now, y'all. It's hard. But instead, what can you rely on from the past? What can you, my grandpa's favorite acronym, APF, already paid for. What can you revive? What can you revamp? What can you reinvest in? That's you at your absolute best, instead of trying to scramble to throw together something new. Because I tell you right now, if you feel like you're putting something half-assed out into the world, you're going to feel guilty instead of like part of the solution. So let's brush up our best, right? Let's polish up the diamonds that we already have. And like I said before, I'm here. If you need to pick my brain about what that looks like, doors open, okay? Doors open within my own boundaries of generosity and everything I talked about at the very beginning. But please don't jump off into entrepreneurship right now if you don't have to. If you need to pick up some extra gigs, again, watch this video over, get a bunch of ideas of what you might want to do. But now is not the time to spend your last dime deciding what website you want to start. Maybe if it's a passion project, great. I don't want to poop on your parade. I don't want to poop on anybody's parade. But let's be economical here and know that it takes a long time to start things up. Let's sell what we already have. And my last tip for all of you today is to provide community and provide empathy however you can. If it's adding a component listening, if it's hosting your group events online instead of canceling them, if it's sending more emails that aren't marketing emails, or just, hey, you're on my mind, how's it going with these things emails? If you're being an active community participant, you are also more able to turn around and say, oh, you have a need? I'm here for that, if that's what you need, right? So get in there, listen, be compassionate, be your spark empathic self. Remember to ground, remember to honor your own boundaries. But the more we can show up like citizens of the world, we're all still stuck at home, the better will be when we finally get to go out and be among the living again. So those are my tips for non-sleazy selling during this time. Here's how I'm going to walk this talk in my own business. Monday is Sales for Empaths. It is the foundation of how to get over being ask avoidant, how to ask for money in a way that feels good. And ticket price is $123. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you can buy after the fact, but the ticket price is $123. From now until the end of this quarantine, everything I offer is pay what you can in terms of my programs. Not consulting, unfortunately, but Sales for Empaths is pay what you can. If what you can pay is $5, okay. All the recordings, you'll still be able to come and participate live. If you say, you know what, I want to pay full price, it's important that I support you, but I'm not going to be able to pay you until next month, we can do that too. But Sales for Empaths, and I'll drop a link in the comments here. Completely pay what you can until we get the all clear from the CDC and can all rally in the streets and hug each other and sneeze without getting glared at. So if this is something that you want to brush up on while we're in this hibernation, I welcome you. We'll have a great time. We're going to get so much done. It's a 4-hour workshop, and it's pay what you can. So you can go to AnniePRuggles.com and find it that way, or wherever this video is posted, the link will be in the comments. On a personal note, I'm here. If you need me, I'm here. And also, I might need you too. So drop me a line if this was valuable. And please feel free to send it to all of your people that are having trouble selling during this time. it is going to be hard enough for all of us to keep our businesses alive without shying away from sales that people need. So let's focus on what they need. Let's focus on what we can give. And let's focus on finding that win-win. Sending you big love and healing during this time. Deep breaths, everybody. The only way we're getting through this is together, and I'm just thrilled that you're sharing this little space of the internet with me today. Big kisses, big love. Big love. Stay home. Did it end? No, it didn't. They wanted me to repeat that. Stay home. Love you.